Uh, let's start it. In this session, we are going to discuss master AWS QuickSight. Okay, as part of master AWS QuickSight, let's start understanding what is Amazon QuickSight. So we may see Power BI, Tableau, ClickView, SAP Lumira, etc. kind of BI tools. Tableau, yes, yes. So we may see different business intelligence tools which can used for preparing reports or dashboards. Similar way, Amazon provides one BI tool called QuickSight. QuickSight is a cloud-based business intelligence tool. It is serverless. You no need any infrastructure for installing, configuring QuickSight. It is fully serverless. It is cloud-based business intelligence tool. And along with this cloud-based and serverless, it supports machine learning powered BI tool team. It inbuilt having a capabilities of ML so that if you develop any reports or any dashboards, you can apply ML algorithms for quick insights for creating forecast related reports. It is ML enabled reporting tool or BI tool. And advantage of this QuickSight is highly scalable because of serverless. Because of serverless, so missions are scalable, scales automatically. Depends upon your data size, depends upon your data load in a report. It scales automatically. So it is highly scalable. Advantages, you can use these reports with multiple users. You can scale thousands of users. And one more advantage is using these reports, you can embed into any applications. You can embed these reports into any applications because using Boto3 API, you can access this report. You can embed into any application. It may be Java, it may be .NET, it may be Python. So whatever the technology you are using, Boto3 Boto3 API available for multiple programmatic approaches. So using Boto3 API, you can you can read this report, you can embed this report into any applications. And one more advantage is we can access these reports from anywhere. You can use a desktop, you can use a tablet or mobile, you can use any device. The reports which we generate using QuickSight is flexible across all devices. Next one, QuickSight available with the free tier eligible. Once free tier is completed, you can use pay for use pricing model. They charge only when users access reports or dashboards. If you develop that report uh, and they will not charge. Once users started using that reports, then they will charge. . Next one, we can integrate with multiple AWS services too. Using QuickSight, you can integrate with different AWS services like S3, Athena, RDS, Redshift, Snowflake. You can create connection between different services with QuickSight. Let's say I have data in S3. Using QuickSight, you can connect S3, you can read data, you can represent that data into reports. If your data is presented in RDS databases, then you can create a connection. You can access the data from RDS, or if your data presented in AWS Redshift. The advantage here is you need IAM role for accessing different services. But if data is presented in outside of AWS, like Snowflake and any other data sources, you need to create a connection. Then you need to get the data into QuickSight database. So QuickSight BI tool. Let me open QuickSight tooltip. Let's search QuickSight. You can see QuickSight. Click on this QuickSight in a new tab. Click on sign up for Amazon QuickSight. Now let's see how does Amazon QuickSight works. Let's say my data is presented in S3 location. Let's say in S3 location, I have data inside a bucket. I have a folder. Inside a folder, I have file. A file or files. Using QuickSight, first you need to create a connection to S3 and you need to load the data into QuickSight. You need to load the data into QuickSight. So here we create what? IAM role. We create IAM role. Then we attach IAM role to QuickSight job. And we give S3 access. S3 access. Then once we attach this IAM role to QuickSight job, then we can connect to S3. Then once you connected, it loads this data to QuickSight environment. Then you can prepare a reports. Based on your report, you can prepare either bar chart, any report. You can prepare any report, depends upon your requirement. So it supports QuickSight can be used to connect with Amazon Aurora, Athena, Redshift, Redshift, and you can also connect with external sources by creating a connection between external source with QuickSight. Then you can get the data from different sources and you can load the data into QuickSight. Then you can generate a report. If it is, yeah. So reporting, we have only one tool called AWS QuickSight. It is a BI tool. Using Athena, we can write SQL analytics, not reports. For generating reports, we have only one tool called QuickSight. QuickSight can be used to connect any AWS service with IAM role. You can create a connection between external sources using JDBC or ODBC drivers, and you can create a connection. You can generate reports on top of those external sources. It supports multiple external sources. Okay, let me discuss one important point here. In QuickSight, there is a feature called space. Space stands for super fast parallel in-memory calculation engine. Super fast parallel in-memory calculation engine. It is, let's say, if there is any calculations you are doing in a QuickSight for reports, let's say you added some filter conditions, then there is a concept called space. It is full form of space is super fast parallel in-memory calculation engine. If any calculations, it uses space to perform calculations in a parallel manner in in-memory computing, so that calculations executed in very fast. You can see space feature in QuickSight. You can see spaces. Hmm. Let's set up data sets for this QuickSight team. Let me create a bucket, AWS or Akkem Sreenivas hyphen QuickSight. And then in that, I am going to upload the data team. So first create here in AWS QuickSight, you have a data sets and you can create a connection between your data set and then load the data sets into reports. You can click on create a data set. You can select a source, but first you need to prepare a sources. Let me go to AWS S3. S3. In S3, first I'm creating a bucket. Let's create a bucket. In that bucket, I'm creating folder called raw. So I'm creating folder called raw. Let's create a folder. In that raw folder, again I'm creating partition for year equal to 2024. Partition means a subfolder. In that again, one more partition I'm creating month equal to 06. Again, I'm creating one more folder equivalent to raw. There is another folder called output. In these folders, I am going to place a data type. Under month folder, I am going to place data. So there is a CSV file. Let me open my datasets location. These are, see, year equal to 2024, month equal to 06, and I have these datasets. These are datasets. I'm placing all these datasets into this location. Let me upload these files, CSV files. Similar way, there is a file, output file. I'm placing output file into another folder called output. In this, I'm placing another file. So in this partitions, I loaded file. Okay. Now I want to generate a report from QuickSight. I want to add these data source into QuickSight. So first we need to create a IAM permission to access S3 location. Okay. Let's see here. Go to QuickSight. Go to QuickSight. Here you can see upload files or create a data source. So here I am selecting S3. Click on next button. Then here you need to give a manifest file location type. Let me open manifest files for these files. So first manifest file type. Open this in new tab. See, in this you can see complete S3 locations here. Let me change bucket name. This is my bucket name. This manifest file contains complete your file locations, and along with the file paths, here we are putting file delimiter, file type, delimiter type. If it is new line, if it contain header, complete details we are putting in manifest file. Then upload this manifest file location to QuickSight. Go to QuickSight. Then here, select the manifest file location. Click on upload. Select the file. So go to your datasets location. Here I have my manifest file. Then click on connect. Give a data source name. Give a data source name. So this data source name S3 hyphen raw data hyphen 2024 hyphen 06. I'm giving this name. Then click on connect. Here we are getting error saying QuickSight does not have permission to access the database or datasets. Go to click on this one. It provides complete information how to give a access to QuickSight for S3, or you can go with settings, integrations, S3, and here S3. Yeah. Go to here, go to manage QuickSight in user profile. In your user profile, go to manage QuickSight. Here you can find IAM role. So here I'm giving S3. S3 I'm giving this bucket access. So here I'm giving write permission. Click on finish. Then click on save. And once again go to Amazon QuickSight. Go to this datasets and create a dataset. Select this dataset. upload manifest file. Then I'm giving dataset name is S3-raw data. Click on connect. Then see now dataset is detected. Then you can click on visualize. You can see new sheet. Here it is showing all visualization tools like bar charts, donut, pie charts, whatever the chart you can develop, select a you can select a attribute. Once we give access permission to access particular bucket, you are able to access data from S3 bucket. For access, we are going here, user account, then manage QuickSight. In this, go to AWS resources, select which resource you want to give an access. So already these resources are available: Redshift, RDS, and other. In S3, I selected a particular bucket. I selected bucket, then I selected permission, then click on finish. Once I give a permission on particular bucket, then I can able to access data from that bucket. If you want all buckets, you can select all buckets. You can give permission on the bucket. Then click on finish. Then click on save permission. Then once you give permission, once you give this access, then we are able to access the data. So we loaded one file data. Let me load another file data type. Let me open another file. Let me change the bucket name. So under output location, we have the data. This is also a CSV file. Let me create another dataset. So dataset name is transform-data. Go to QuickSight. Go to datasets and create a dataset. Create a dataset. Dataset to name. Click on next button. See, two datasets are present. New dataset name, then enter manifesto file. Then click on connect. So once datasets are loaded, then create a visualization or analysis. So you can see two datasets here. So you can see two datasets. One is from one S3-RA 2024-6 and second one transform-data. I have a two datasets. Then here you can create a sheet. So I'm selecting pie chart. So in this pie chart, I'm selecting group color. So here we have these columns. Let's select a sales data. So you can select a columns. Which column you want in pie chart. Then add one more. In this, I'm selecting donut chart. In this donut chart, I'm selecting equipment ID in group color. Add another chart. In this chart, I'm selecting horizontal bar. In this, you can select a columns. Y-axis equipment ID. I'm adding another chart. So I'm taking table. You can see table. In this, you can select a columns. So table chart. 4 reports we generated. One is pie chart, and another one is donut chart, and other one is horizontal, and other one is table. S3, we can upload the data. We can come again. Okay. Let's continue master AWS QuickSight. In this, let's discuss one use case. In this use case, we are going to implement sales analytics dashboard using Amazon S3 and Amazon QuickSight via Athena. Via Athena means all SQL queries we send through the Amazon Athena. So Amazon Athena used to write SQL queries on top of S3 data. Okay. So as a user, we are going to upload files into S3. Then on this S3, we are going to write SQL queries using Athena. This results we are going to display in a report called Amazon QuickSight using Amazon QuickSight. Let's implement this one practicality. So first create a sample dataset. So sales data.csv. So I am creating this in my local file system. Later I am going to upload into S3 location. In this, I am creating some records. Let's say 7 records with one header. Total 8 rows. In that, one is header row. And then I am uploading this one into S3 location. Let's say we have created a separate bucket. So we have created this bucket, Akkem Sreenivas QuickSight. In this bucket, I am uploading file tree. Let me in this bucket, I'm creating one folder called sales demo, sales analytics demo. Let's create a folder. So I created a folder, sales analytic demo. In this sales analytic demo, I am uploading this sales folder. Sales underscore data.csv file. So once we complete uploading, then create Athena table. So if I create this table where schema is going to create in AWS Glue data catalog, right? So let's open Athena in a new tab. Then create a table definition. Then copy this S3 path. In this location, we have data. So let's create a table definition. So first I'm creating sales database. Then let's create a table definition. Let's check issue. See here, location is, let's remove spaces. Once again, let's select this create a table query. Now let's see query executed successfully. So you can see database name sales underscore DB. In this we have table called sales data, and in this it identified these column names. Now let's print data from this table. Let me write select star from this table. Let me check input file. So date format is differ. Here we see YYY, MM, TD. Yeah, I removed old table using drop table, sales data table. I created same table. I changed order date equal to string instead of date type. Then I re-executed select query. Then it is given output. So this step is completed. And now, and now let's uh, let's implement step 14. So in this step 4, we are going to connect QuickSight to Athena. So go to Athena. Let's open, sorry, QuickSight. Then using QuickSight, we want to connect. So here we can see data sets, right? Click on data sets. And here create a data set and create a data source. And here Athena, Amazon Athena. Then click on next. And here you can see databases. Let's search database name sales underscore DB. Table name sales data. So here I am selecting database name sales underscore DB. And in this I am selecting table name sales underscore data. So if you want to retrieve only particular data, you can write a custom SQL. So here import to space for quicker analytics. Then click on visualize. So click on create. So we have S3. S3. In S3 we have bucket. Under bucket we have folder. In this folder we have file. And using Athena, we created database. In this database, we created a table. This table is pointing to this file. Then using QuickSight, we are loading this table data into space. QuickSight to space. Earlier, we seen loading this S3 data directly into QuickSight to space using manifest file we uploaded. In manifest file, we provided complete details of S3 bucket. But this time, instead of connecting S3, using Athena, we are connecting to S3. So using QuickSight, we are connecting Athena. Athena is connecting S3. Okay. Now, step 5, let's prepare a report to them. So our requirement is total sales, means sum of sales amount, and total quantity, sum of quantity, and average order value. So we want to write SQL queries to calculate values on sales table and display these results in visualization using QuickSight. So first, visual one, total sales by region. So first let's select bar chart. So we have different bar chart, horizontal bar, vertical bar. So in this x-axis, select a region. Select a region. And value, select sales amount. Value to sales trend over time. Next, I am selecting line chart. So in line chart, x-axis order date, and value sales amount. So this is visual 2. Visual 1, we created bar chart. Visual 2, we created line chart. Let's create another chart. So create another sheet. So I'm creating pie chart. Group category. Group, I'm using category. I'm creating another chart. In this, we created 3 reports. Using QuickSight. Sheet 1 we created a bar chart, and sheet 2 we created line chart, and sheet 3 we created pie chart. And all the queries going through Athena. And reading this S3 file. So in bar chart, we used region. In each region, we are finding sales amount. Into sum of sales amount. So internally, while displaying query here, right, it is going to generate a SQL query, region wise sales amount. So this SQL query executed on top of this S3 using Athena. Athena going to connect to this S3 and display return results to our QuickSight. Yeah, we can create multiple. So here, first example, we seen directly accessing S3. QuickSight, we directly connected S3 and we loaded this data into QuickSight space. And then we generated reports. In this example, we are seeing this approach. You can directly create connection between QuickSight with RDS, Redshift, any source. How we can connect these sources? So we have to use datasets. Go to datasets, and click on add dataset. So go to QuickSight to suite, and below you can see datasets, and here create a dataset, create data source. Here it is providing different services. You can connect to Snowflake, PostgreSQL, Oracle, Impala, Amazon S3, and Databricks, and Google BigQuery, Google Sheets, MySQL, Salesforce, SQL Server, Spark, Trino, and you can see Redshift, Yeah. Yes. So if you create a connection to S3, then it will read data directly from S3. No, if you create a connection here, right? S3 connection, S3 to QuickSight, then if you load the data into that bucket, then data going to reflect into report. So that's what if you use Athena, if you use Redshift, usually how we implement is uh, Redshift. Redshift, we will store data into target table. Let's say using ETL implementation. So we connect to source, we extract the data, then we apply transformation, then we load results into this target. Let's say this process we use blue, and results we store into Redshift. Then using QuickSight, we are going to connect to this target table. So manifest file provides information about in which bucket, in which folder data is presented. So if you are directly loading data from S3 to QuickSight, then we use a manifest file concept and we provide S3 bucket full path. No, no. If it is Athena, we are creating table on top of S3 file. No, yeah, if it is QuickSight, if you are using QuickSight to connect S3, we uploaded manifest file in QuickSight. Yes. So QuickSight require a target table. So currently it is supporting all these input sources. You can connect to different AWS sources and third-party sources also for preparing reports. You can use Amazon RDS, you can use Amazon Redshift, you can use Amazon Aurora. You can connect to different sources.